Hey, this is Casey with the Aging Scene Kid podcast. I am here with your persona. Would you guys be able to go around and give me your names and what you do in the band?
Okay, Jeremy Spawn, drums.
And I'm Jose Martinez, bass and vocals, backup vocals. Not Matt. Matt Cantion is not here, by the way.
I'm Salah Meza, and I play lead guitar for your persona.
Cool. Can you guys give me a background story of your band? How you guys met, how you formed, and what kind of inspired you to, just play what you play?
Yeah, so back in I would say 2008 is probably when the band originally started with Matt as an acoustic project. It was just kind of Matt back then, and then a few years later on, Jeremy and him were doing the whole thing. And by 2011, I had finally asked to see if I could join the band, trying out a little bit. We had good chemistry, and luckily by 2012, Tyler Mazza, who I actually did cross country with at the time, ended up joining as well. And ever since then, we've been this this pretty solid four-piece who's just out there to kick ass.
And how long have you guys been the four-piece?
Oh, God. Let's see. 2012 to now? Let's see.
Yeah, so 5 years now.
Oh, man, what's that? Math at its finest.
So what do you guys, when you're writing your music, where do you kind of, what's your process and what do you kind of bring in for influences?
Honestly, when it comes to our writing process, it's changed so much over the years. It's gone from us kind of just jamming out on the spot to us now recording ourselves and trying to get more into a pre-pro kind of mindset. Because as we've been developing more and more as a band, you kind of start realizing how seriously you really can take it, because at the end of the day, it's your business. So now it kind of goes from anywhere from me or Matt coming up with just chords, to Tyler just throwing on leads, Jeremy messing around with the structure as well. We all have an equal hand into it. And it really varies from song to song, you know what I mean? Because someone's idea might click better with the other two members than the one member, and they kind of just goes from there.
The Frankenstein, where everything fits in one song randomly.
Yeah, when everything just fits.
Cool. So would you say that technology has impacted the way you guys write at all? Has it made it easier, made it more difficult for you guys to collaborate?
I feel like now we're finally starting to take advantage of technology, and we're really trying to, like I said before, get into that pre-pro where we are recording ourselves now, and we're trying to just kind of go over what our ideas are and kind of just have time to reflect on it, sit on it, because, if you don't just record yourself every time you're jamming or trying to make something, you're never going to be able to actually think about it.
Okay, how about, has technology really impacted the way you put out music at all? As far as putting out singles instead of full albums? I mean, does it really come into effect when you're planning out and when you're writing what your plans for the future are?
Well, now that we've gotten to this point in the band, we've kind of recognized that we need to start thinking of it more, like I said, once again, like a business. And now we've already, in a way, we have up till 2009 kind of a rough idea of what we're trying to do. 2019, my bad. Yeah, 2000, we're going backwards. Well, we have so from now till 2019, we have kind of an idea of what we're trying to do. And technology definitely has impacted that, because now that we live in a playlist kind of world, and everything does really matter what you put out and how you do it, we're really trying to kind of strategically think of how we're going to be promoting our next release and what are some ways to do it. Honestly, it just varies from each thing, from going from singles to full albums. It's kind of just a different process for each one.
Cool. So what is each of your all's individual favorite song to play, or just favorite song in general that you guys from your catalog?
I'll go first. Honestly, it's between two songs for me, and it's really hard. It's honestly either still Headlights or right now there's a new song we recently just made that we haven't even put out yet, that is honestly probably my favorite also as well. It's just a nice, more mature persona, and I'm excited to be going to be able to play it in the future soon. So I mean, like that's for me. Here's Jeremy.
Mine's also between two. One actually being that new song also, because we're all pretty stoked on that, and just kind of trying to see how well it goes.
Yeah.
Well, once we drop it. The other one is Enoya.
Classic.
Yeah. That's I don't know. It's always fun to play on drums, and
I would say for me, definitely the new one, because that's where we feel as one, as a full band playing together. Just because it's like something we worked really hard on, and it like just came together. It's like it brings out the best of us when we play that song. And the other one, I would say, is probably Anxiety. We never played that song anymore, but that was like one of my favorites to just have like a real underground vibe, I guess. And actually, there's a lot of songs I really like that we play that we don't really play as much because we gotta like push our more recent stuff so people know like this is what we sound like now instead of like going back to our older stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it's just those two.
Yeah, I guess you can tell that in general, everyone's favorite song is definitely the newest song we're going to be putting out in the next couple of months.
Yeah, I kind of gathered that from everybody.
And I'll speak for Matt. His answer is probably the same as mine. He probably had like the new one.
Well, he's not here to speak for himself, so you just lump him in.
Yeah.
So to go in a different direction, you guys are all play different instruments in the band. What kind of individually inspired each of you guys to kind of pick up and just play? I mean, what was that moment when you were younger that made you want like, I want to play this, and I want to play this instrument, and this was kind of that moment, like the light bulb or that inspiring moment that made you want to pick up and start playing.
For me, I would say it's probably when I was like 15. And it kind of like, just to give you a little bit more insight on who I am as a person. I was in Hamilton on Grape Street in someone's backyard in a shed, and my friend was trying to teach my other friend how to play bass, and he just couldn't get it. And I was like, I can do that, 100% I can play bass. And then it kind of like I kind of went from there. It was like, wow, bass is really fun. And then I started picking up on like other just well-known bassists and like how they treat their instrument and how they just don't stick to one thing, but they treat it like a real melodic system. And I don't know, it's just something about bass and just like the attitude behind it. And I feel like it just fits me so perfectly. And I don't know, like it really does. Like I feel like everyone's instrument in the band really does speak really well for who they are. So I would say when I was younger, it just clicked because I just knew. I don't know how to tell you, but that moment when I started playing, I just knew that this was for me, and I knew that I was going to do something with it. So that's for me.
I would say the two biggest albums that kind of just I would say made me want to play and kind of formed how I play is probably the Used self-titled and Poison the Well Opposite December, which is a weird mix of two albums, but that's pretty much like the reason why the guy picked up and just took a lot of inspiration out of it.
Good album.
Yeah.
Let's see. As for me, when I first got into guitar, I always would like listen to bands. Like I was like all over the place growing up. Like I first started, let's see, I was like really into like punk. Then like next year I was like into rap. Then like another year I was into grindcore. I just want to like consume all of it as much as I can. And then like finalize I just want to like be like a very experimental type guitarist, I guess. It was kind of weird, but then growing up I was like really into like Glassjaw and like I like early dance going dance. Just like the really lady noodly and really like functions like sex heavy type sound from guitars is really interested me. same thing with like Fall of Troy. And so I just want to like growing up, I was like I just want to like make a band and just do something interesting, like just like do something different. So like I didn't have like much friends growing up. I just want to like have music to get out for me because I had the weirdest amount like communicating or something. I don't know. So here I am.
September 8th through 16th, we're going to be heading out on tour. Pretty much PA, Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, West Virginia, Maryland, and then back in Southern Jersey. So check out our bands in town if we're coming near you.
And what's great also is that we're actually about to get announced for Electric Halloween, which is like a 2-day camping festival. Which is going to be held at a winery this year in Millville. It's called Southwind Winery. And what's exciting about that is that we're going to be one of the headliners for it. So we're really pumped for that because we've played the last 2 years there, and it's always been a great crowd, and it's just a great experience to go out there. So, I mean, like, definitely follow us on our social media, anywhere between, like, our Twitter, which is, like, YPO Official, to our Instagram, which
your underscore persona.
yeah, and even on Facebook, you can follow us, your persona. And what's even more exciting is that the momentum we're building right now, it really is showing. We even have things, we're about to be putting out our new song on Spotify within the next couple of months. So also, make sure to follow us on Spotify. Besides that, I don't really, do we have any other good things going on, guys?
We have your persona Snapchat, but we never really use that unless we're on tour.
Yeah, unless we're on tour. Well, either way, yeah, those are the things. We have tour coming up. We have a festival. We have some new music coming out in the fall. It's going to be a really big month. Next month and the month after that, so September, October, like this entire fall quarter is going to be really exciting. So definitely keep an eye on what we're going to be doing because there's going to be a lot of media and a lot of things getting pushed out. So I don't know.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for taking the time and talking with me. And all right, cool.
Yeah, thanks so much for doing this and just letting us be able to put out the word. You know what I mean? Like, we really appreciate it.